Let's talk about being a cop in the year 2020, and is it worth it? What's going on, guys? I hope all are doing great. So this video, I've had quite a bit of people tell me to make more law enforcement videos, like tips and stuff for rookie school, why I got into it, anything to help you out, what do I think of law enforcement now compared to when I started. So I didn't want to make this video, and I've held out for this video for quite a bit, for a couple months now, and people have asked me, and I just kind of, okay, yeah, I just didn't want to do it because I just didn't feel comfortable doing it and speaking the truth on basically being in law enforcement today in 2020. If you see me look down, I wrote down just stuff, just sitting down thinking everything could come to my head on basically a day in my shoes, what it's like working in law enforcement, and is it worth it? And do I regret anything? Do I wish I could go back and do something different? So I'm going to be honest with everything and talk about being in law enforcement, guys. There's good and bad things with being in law enforcement. With everything going on, I think more people now are seeing how hard it is. Some that understand officers on how hard it is. I know other officers out there. I know you guys can relate to this, and you're just shaking your heads yes right now. It is tough being a cop right now. It is. With a lot of people, I'm not going to say the majority, because there's a lot of people out here that respect cops. There's a lot. People think right now everybody hates us. There's quite a bit that just does not like us with everything going on. They see one bad cop do something, they blame everybody. That's kind of like any job, though. So we can't sit here and say that, okay, well, being a cop is hard. Yes, it is hard, but every job has that one to a couple bad people that do something wrong and ruin it for everybody else. So we can't just jump here and say just all cops this, or say an airline pilot, they're bad as they did this. You got to eat restaurants, guys. You have a lot of bad servers, like, and this would be easy doing this. So we all kind of pinpoint whenever. So I think it's being a cop, it's just any job in general, on how things are. One person to a couple people do stuff bad, and then we are all looked at it bad. So I want to go first of what made me want to become an officer. My family there was not much, but one person in my whole family was my grandfather, who I never got to meet. He worked for Highway Patrol. I never got to meet him. He suffered from depression and took his own life. So I never got to meet him. I wish I could have and hear about all the stories and stuff and everything. And if he would have told me, go for it, becoming an officer, or don't. So that's one thing I hate that I never got to talk to him about. And I know my dad and some family members, they don't talk about him much with everything going on since he suffered from depression. So what made me want to become one? Only family member was my grandfather. Like I said, I had a couple people in the military for my family, but that's about it. No one was a cop that I got to meet personally. I wanted to make a difference. And that is the honest reason. I know a lot of people get into it. Oh yeah, I get to drive around. I get to have that power, that authority. I get to arrest people. I get to have the funnest job out there. It is a fun job, but it's not all about doing that stuff. That's what I think a lot of people are focused on now. They're so focused on doing all the adrenaline stuff and all the stuff you see on TV and like live PD and cops. It's not always like that. I just wanted to make a difference. I've been one for total now, with working in the jail and working as a road patrol deputy. It's been 3 years now. I just wanted to change stuff. I wanted to have someone look at an officer now and say, they're not that bad, or they did this good. Or I remember him whenever he helped me do this. I remember he helped me solve who broke in my house, my car, or saved this, whatever the case may be. And there's a lot of people out there that I know are like me who wanted to make a difference, and we still are. Just with everything going on now, I'm not going to give up. The respect, if you want respect, do not get law enforcement. You're not going to get respected by a lot, but there is times whenever people just acknowledge it. It's just something with people pulling up to you. Because anytime someone pulls up to you, you think, okay, what's going on? No, there's people that pull up to me plenty of times and be like, I appreciate what you do. I know it's hard on you guys, but thank you. Just know we're watching over you. Little stuff like that. When people pay for your lunch or whatever, your dinner, it's little things that show people, okay, there is still people that believe in us. Not everybody has lost hope on law enforcement, even though we are right now public enemy number one. And I did not think that would ever happen in my not even 5 years in of how a lot of law enforcement officers are looked at and mistreated. Talking about the George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter movement. I'm all for peaceful protesting. Get your word out. I am all for that. I'm not for the riots and everything. And I'm not going to talk about big on it because I know a lot of people are just going to blast. I'm not going into that, guys. I'm just trying to keep this peaceful and talk about the truth. The George Floyd thing, any cop out there will agree that was completely wrong. And so we're going to go ahead and go through that. That was just uncalled for, and it should have never happened. Because now after that, that is what has started a lot. Even though that was not the only incident that has happened, there's been a lot more incidents that have happened with police brutality years and years and years back. So can't just say that started it, but in 2020, that kind of pushed what's going on with everything in the world. That has pushed it with what happened in Minneapolis. Here's something I was told when I first started, first couple of months. I'm still told this day, a lot of people are. Whenever you're working, you have that mindset, you're a cop. From those 12 hours you work, most shifts work 12 hours, law enforcement. And here's something that I've been told a lot that I still listen to, and I still need to think about. But the thing is, there's some days that it's just been so stressful and it's hard on you, and you just feel like it's done and everything else. Those 12 hours go up and you come home to your family, your loved ones, whoever. Do not bring work with you. Leave that at the office, inside your patrol car. Don't talk about it. If something's going on, your wife's asking you, kids, how's work? Just say it was okay. But just don't try to bring it up unless they want it. They don't need to know about everything unless they want to sit there and talk to you about stuff. But just leave it there. 12 hours is done. You're back to your normal life, and you're back to your home and your families. Leave that at the door, guys. It'll eat you up worse and worse. It'll make you more and more stressed out. I've done that a lot, where I bring my work home and I just let it eat up on me for days, weeks, months, and it just stresses you the hell out where you just don't know what to do anymore. So leave work at work. Days off, like this weekend I was off, I had fun. I don't think about work. I don't want to talk about work. Some people will ask you all the time, work. That's the only problem, though. When you go to a lot of family get-togethers or whatever, see a lot of people, it's always work whenever it's law enforcement. I don't know why, but it's always, have you arrested these people yet? How do you do this? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? It's a lot of questions. The one thing, though, guys, whenever you're off and you have friends and family that knows you're a cop, they're going to ask you a lot of stuff. I'll talk to them nicely and politely, but once it gets to be a problem, it's just constant. But I don't know, I wasn't working. What happened last night? I don't know, I wasn't working. I think they kind of see after a while, it does stress you out whenever you are off and I'm with my fiance, my family, whatever I'm doing. I just want to enjoy my time. I don't get a lot of days off, so I want to enjoy it while I'm off. Like I said, going about the good things of work and the respect, people buying you meals, everything like that, it'll just make you, it makes you smile. People look up to you, they're due. I got out with, a couple weeks ago, me and my partner got with, it was a suspicious vehicle call about a vehicle ran off the road and went to a creek bed. And there's this little kid out there, and he was just happy as all can see us and just talking to us. And what did he want to be when he grew up? And he said a police officer. Asked me about some stickers. I went and brought him some stickers. That made his day. When I left, he was just waving, had that sticker on. Made his day. So the little things like that makes you smile. And that is why I got into make a difference, to see we are good people. The majority of law enforcement is good people, and we are trying to help you. I want to speak real quick on one of my videos on here that got posted maybe November of last year. I see where he's coming from, so we didn't get into an argument or whatever. We just kind of conversated on my YouTube channel. Was why you should own body armor. Of Basically, it said cops will not protect you. You need to protect yourself. That kind of hit a little bit, because at first I got ticked off. I was ready to just go off, because we were looked at that a lot of law enforcement officers that are walking off the job, that are not showing up to work with everything going on, that are getting defunded by their own governments or whatever they're doing, they're not showing up. And guys, that's one thing. Like in New York, I can't remember how much it was, billions of dollars, but all these other places that are not showing up. There's things now where if you go to the ground with somebody, you basically can't do a lot of stuff. That was in New York, and those 2 cops in New York got their ass beat because they were trying to. And the thing is, you get charged. Like, how are you supposed to do your job when you're worried about getting charged about something? The whole tase thing that happened in the drive-through. How are you supposed to do your job if you are constantly worried about getting charged? That is rough. So whenever he said that, it got me fired up a little bit. But then I look at that. Yes, have body armor, protect yourselves. I'm not going to say we are not going to help you, because that is not the case. We're not going to help you. But guys, I've had calls before where people just get ticked off because I was not there in time. Say if I had a B&E pass and I have a fight in progress, B&E pass, no one's already there, they've already been inside, gone, and I have a fight in progress, a shooting, homicide, something crazy pop off. And it might take me a little bit over years. We don't have, I don't want to say the manpower, but the thing is, guys, whenever there's 4 shifts or however shifts they have and how many people have on a crew, it's rough. I can't drive because some of my calls will take me just to drive over 30 minutes from across the county. Say if everybody gets tied up, it take me almost an hour. So I can see where he's coming from, but then again, we're going to do everything we can to help and protect you. I can speak for a lot of cops out there. We're going to do everything we can to help protect everyone. But things do happen, and then he's made a comment too. When I talked to him, he said today, and basically I see that where people, they're not showing up. People are getting raped, getting money, getting mugged in the street. They're not showing up. A lot of law enforcement are not, or they have social workers going now. And the thing is, a lot of cops don't want to go into these situations where they know it's dangerous for them. They're already hated, and something else could happen to them. So where do we take a stand? Is this going to get better, or is it going to get worse? This has been going on for a couple months now, and it has not got better at all. It is not. When is someone going to put their foot down and stop all this nonsense? When is it going to happen? I don't know. So I'm hoping and praying things can get better by this year. I just don't know. For all the people out there that are still working in law enforcement and still trying to fight for what you believe in and make a difference, stand on the line. Hold that line, guys. You know what I'm talking about. Just got to hold it down. You got to make the public see the good in law enforcement. You got to show them. Don't go out here and be a kiss ass. Just do your everyday job. Don't try to go out here and do stuff you're not doing on an everyday basis. Because I've seen a lot of people do that. They go and try to do differently just to look good in the public. Just do the job you've been doing and swore an oath to do. That's it. So being a cop in 2020, we see a lot of things I never thought I would see. The deaths, the overdoses, the stabbings, the shootings, we see more stuff, and we will see way more stuff than your general public would see. So everything you do see, if you see somebody having a hard day, going back with leaving work at home and stuff, and about depression, there's people, some law enforcement officers a lot get PTSD. They do suffer from depression, and they do not talk to people. So if you are a fellow officer or see somebody or you yourself and you need just to talk, send me a comment, just something. I won't keep commenting all over here. Just send me something to kind of go through everything, because guys, this job can be tough, and it's a lot of cops have taken their life. It's been getting worse and worse, and especially going on now, it's difficult. So guys, that is my thoughts on just being a cop right now. Do I love my job? Yes, and I'm still going to keep pushing to show people there is a lot of great officers in this world. There's way more great officers than bad officers. That's always going to be like that. If anybody needs to holler at me as a cop, let me know down in the comments, and we'll figure out something where not everybody can see it or whatever. Guys, if you can like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed to me already. Hit that bell notification down below to be notified. Comment, guys, whatever you thought of this video, anything you want to, let me know. I know a couple of you have asked me more on law enforcement videos. I have some cool stuff planned up soon. A lot of positivity videos and positive energy coming up too, and I'll do some more of these too. I'll make a first year as a deputy, and kind of, I know a lot of people that look at me, cops, have asked me basically rookie school, what some things. So I'll make some cool stuff here with law enforcement and bring a little bit more to my channel. But guys, if you want to help support the channel just a little bit more, if you don't have to though, I'll leave a link to my Patreon down below. It'll help me bring more content, lighting, and more shooting videos, just content in general to you guys. And I'll leave a link to my Instagram channel down below. Sorry I cannot talk right now, but guys, I appreciate it. And as always, y'all have a good one.